After killing someone, there was no need to worry about how to deal with the body now. Hitmen had developed a new high-tech bag that looked just like an ordinary sealed bag, easy to carry. All you had to do was put the body inside, press a button, and in less than 60 minutes, the corrosive liquid inside would dissolve it into fish bait. No need to even bother cleaning up blood. But today, the killer's mission didn't stop there. He pulled out various prosthetic parts and stuck them onto his face. In an instant, the man he had just killed was brought back to life. The only hitch was that the man's left eye was fake, so the killer had to make do with a contact lens as a substitute. His real target was the groom, chubby Xiaopang. Killing the first man was just to get a wedding invitation. Once Xiaopang was taken care of, he could remove the prosthetics and walk away unnoticed. The police would never guess that the suspect they were chasing was already fish food. But as the killer scanned the scene, he caught sight of a guest with a hidden camera on his chest, clearly an undercover cop. Acting now would be too risky and would blow his cover. He was furious. The employer had never mentioned there would be law enforcement at the event. This meant the fee had to go up. While he was haggling with the employer, a waitress named Lena barged in. At overseas banquets, to ensure the oysters were fresh, there was a job called back opener. Someone who retrieved live oysters from the water, opened them with a special knife, and served them to guests. The killer wasn't sure if Lena had overheard him, but just in case, he decided to frame her. Quietly, he swiped her special oyster knife, unplugged the refrigerator, and set his trap. And then he walked into the restroom, where the groom was relieving himself. Xiaopang started to curse him, but the killer pulled out a syringe of anesthetic and jabbed it into his neck. He had planned to wait until the groom finished, just to avoid getting his shoes dirty, but time was short and work came first. As night began to fall, the killer pretended to be drunk, dragging the unconscious groom toward the beach. Thanks to the unplugged fridge, the oysters had long since gone bad, and no guest wanted to eat them. Seeing this, Lena panicked, thinking some brat had played a prank. Cursing under her breath, she rushed to the dock to fetch fresh oysters, exactly what the killer wanted. By then, he had already used her oyster knife to finish off Xiaopang, and all that was left was to pin the blame on her. Minutes later, fireworks went off over the beach, drawing all the guests' attention. The bride, furious, shouted that the wedding hadn't even started yet. Why were the fireworks going off early? She stormed toward the shore, ready to curse the groom, but the words froze in her throat. There was Lena, crawling back from the direction of the dock, looking bewildered, a bloody oyster knife still in her hand. The evidence was undeniable. There was no way she could clear her name of murder.